Hoopla! This is your friendly neighborhood man in Magenta Wig. Do you have a moment to chat? Because I feel like there's something that needs talked about. You see, a few days ago, Fox aired a little movie they made called The Rocky Horror Picture Show Let's Do the Time Warp Again. Wordy title, I admit, but the title isn't what we came here to talk about. What we came here to talk about is how the internet has reacted to the Rocky Horror Picture Show Let's Do the Time Warp Again. So let me just sum up my feelings in two brief words here. Quit bitching. No, seriously, just stop bitching. Now please understand, this feeling isn't necessarily directed at people who have seen Rocky Horror 5,000 times and had a lot of informed, legitimate reasons to dislike the remake. Oh no, the people I'm talking to here are the people, and I've gotten into arguments with many of them over the last few days, are the people who say, oh, I saw Rocky Horror Picture Show once 30 years ago, and the remake ruined my life! And to that I say, okay, you saw Rocky Horror once 30 years ago. Do you even remember who Little Nell is? As soon as the movie was over on TV, I decided, okay, I'm going to take a risk and go on the internet and see what people were saying about it. Now, a lot of people really liked it, or even just moderately liked it. And surprisingly enough, a lot of those were the people that have seen Rocky 5,000 times. But burying the good comments was just wall-to-wall disdain, picking apart every stupid little detail of the movie. And I'll tell you why that bothers me. You see, we're in the age of the internet, where one unfortunate factor is that if you say something, it tends to travel. And as you may have seen from Jimmy Kimmel, Twitter makes that so much worse. Because if you say something bad about a celebrity on Twitter, chances are they'll actually see it. And that's where I think a lot of people stepped over the line here, and this is what pisses me off. A lot of people were saying, oh, this particular actor sucked. This particular actor was an abomination. This particular actor had no idea what they were doing. What bothers me the most is people bashing Laverne, because I really felt for her in this case, because I think what people don't realize when they just watch a movie and just start ripping it apart is effort was actually put into the movie in most cases. I mean, I don't think they actually set out to make a bad Rocky Horror remake. I mean, I think they legitimately wanted to do it justice some way, no pun intended. And in Laverne's case, Rocky Horror was a huge part of her life. I mean, seeing that movie really defined her as a person. So before you go on Twitter and just get into a blind rage about how ill-fit she was for Frankenfurter, think about the fact that the poor woman might actually see that at some point. That's one curse of the internet. Things are way more direct than they used to be. And that's why it bothers me that the hatred for the remake is so widespread, because you know that the people that, produced the movie, directed the movie, were crew for the movie, starred in the movie, are seeing this constantly now. And they have to stop and ask themselves, did we ruin Rocky Horror? Did we do a disservice to Rocky Horror in some way? And that's the thing. They didn't legitimately set out to ruin Rocky Horror. They thought they were doing something good. Please take that into consideration. As angry about the remake as people are now, I kind of have a theory about what's going to happen. I may be wrong, but I have a theory. You have to think, when Shock Treatment came out in 1981, Rocky Horror fans hated that movie. I mean, it was apparently booed at the premiere by fans. It ran in theaters for like an evening, and that was it. Fans didn't like that Brad and Janet were so different, that, the familiar faces were playing different characters, that they didn't mention the events of Rocky, they didn't mention Frank at all. Okay, except Francine, kiss my ass, someone will bring it up. But look at how people view Shock Treatment now. I mean, now that the initial surprise of, wow, this is really different, this isn't what I expect, this isn't like 1975 Rocky Horror, that's faded now, People enjoy Shock Treatment on its own merits now. It's looked at in a much higher regard than it was in 1981. And hopefully, as time passes, people will start judging the remake on its own merits. They'll realize that, every production of Rocky on stage has been different in some way or another. Why did this have to be exactly like the original movie? If it was a shot-for-shot remake, people would have hated it for that too, because they would have said, well, this is even more irrelevant because they're just doing the exact same movie. No, this is just the same script, but a different way of interpreting it. Could it have been improved in some places? Sure. But this is not the 1975 movie. It wasn't intended to replace the 1975 movie or insult or parody the 1975 movie. It's just another interpretation of the Rocky Horror script. And for that, it's fine. Put down the whiskey, step off that window ledge, it's fine. So this has been your friendly neighborhood man in Magenta Wig, just reminding you that yes, the remake is a thing, it's not going to go away. Some people actually did enjoy it. Doesn't mean everyone hated it as much as you personally did. Please get off of Twitter and stop telling Victoria Justice she was terrible. It's not going to wipe every single copy of the original movie out of existence, and stop making comparisons where you don't need to make comparisons because it's not the same damn movie. You know what? I actually feel much better now. A lot of anger caused by Facebook is burned off. So in that case, I'm going to sleep now. Bye! Figures, I just talk about how I don't like Man in Magenta Wig pissing people off and then I post this, but you know what? I don't care.